Can I know? What are you going to read me now?
Now I'm going to read Calliou, the School Bus. Another very nice book. Every morning, Calliou watched for the big yellow school bus that drove down his street. He saw lots of children waiting for the bus. When it stopped outside Calliou's house, his friend Sarah got on. Calliou saw his friend Sarah get on the bus. She said hi to the driver. The driver looked like a nice man. How Calliou wanted to ride the school bus. Calliou asked Daddy, "When can I go on the school bus?" "Let's see," said Daddy, looking at the calendar. "One more birthday and you'll be old enough." "That's such a long time. I want to go on the bus now," exclaimed Calliou. "We can look at the bus even if you don't ride it yet," said Daddy. "Let's go see." The next morning, Calliou and Daddy waited for the school bus. The driver opened the door. "Good morning, young man," he said to Calliou. The driver's name was Mr. Washington. "This is Calliou," Daddy told him. "Next year he'll be old enough for school." "But I want to ride now," said Calliou. "Maybe you can have a practice ride tomorrow," said Mr. Washington. "I'll ask my boss if it's all right." All day, Calliou wondered if he would get his ride on the school bus. He really, really hoped the answer was yes. Calliou drew a picture. "That's me driving the school bus," he exclaimed. In the morning, Calliou and Daddy met Sarah waiting for the bus. She was surprised. "Are you going on the school bus, Calliou?" The bus drove up, and Mr. Washington opened the door. "Come along, young man," he said. "We don't want to be late." Calliou climbed onto the bus. Calliou sat right behind Mr. Washington. He gave him the drawing he had made. "Now, isn't that fine?" said Mr. Washington. "I'll just tape it here on the dashboard so everyone can see it." Riding the big yellow school bus was lots of fun. Stop, start, stop, start. The bus picked up more and more children. Mr. Washington drove them all to school. At the school, the children got off, all except Calliou. "Time to head home," said Mr. Washington. Calliou didn't want the ride on the school bus to end. He was having too much fun. But when he saw Daddy waiting for him, Calliou was glad to be home. "Did you see me, Daddy?" Daddy helped Calliou down and hugged him. "I sure did," said Daddy. "Did you remember to thank the driver?" Calliou waved to the bus as it pulled away. "Thanks for the ride, Mr. Washington," he called. "See you next year." The end.